Dear classmate, we'll continue chapter number 5, that is circulatory system. Today we'll start with a very complex process or mechanism that you see there in circulatory system, that is blood clotting. Blood clotting. Okay, blood clotting, which is also called coagulation of blood. Coagulation of blood. All right. Okay, blood clotting or coagulation of blood. So this blood clotting or coagulation of blood is a complex process. It's a complex process where the different things are involved. Different proteins, enzymes are involved. All right. And okay, let's get started how it happens. All right. So to see the clotting of the blood, you know what clotting in fact is, that you know, and this clotting is very much important to block the flow of blood when the part of the body is injured. All right, so from that injured part, the blood starts flowing. Okay, and after some time, you know, the blood stops flowing. So how it happens? So it all happens because of the clotting of the blood. So in that particular injured part, the blood will be clotted and blocks the flow of water, blood. Okay, that's very important. So for the clotting of the blood, your platelets play very important role there. Okay, so that means when some part of the body is injured, so that time the blood vessels get damaged. Okay, and also the platelets get affected. So that time platelets, mainly platelets. Okay, platelets. So platelets means out here, you know, which we discussed in the last session also, are the blood cells. Okay, RBC, WBC, and platelets. So platelets are the blood corpuscles. Okay, which are responsible for the clotting of the blood. All right. So when the part is damaged, okay, when part is injured, that time, you know, the blood vessels and platelets get damaged, and at that time platelets produce a kind of, you know, enzyme. Okay, it produces a kind of enzyme. It produces an enzyme. All right, so this enzyme now in turn produce another kind of protein. It produces, that means this enzyme now produce another kind of, enzyme, protein, which is called thrombin. Thrombin. See the different kinds of chemicals, you know, being involved in the mechanism of this blood clotting. First, platelets produce an enzyme. That enzyme now produces another kind of, you know, protein, which is called thrombin. Okay, then this thrombin has a kind of capacity by virtue of which this thrombin converts fibrinogen into fibrin. See here, thrombin, a kind of protein, has the capacity to convert this fibrinogen into fibrin. What is fibrinogen? So fibrinogen is also a kind of protein which we discussed last time when we were going through the composition of plasma. Okay, blood plasma. All right. So from plasma, when the fibrinogen is removed, then that plasma, that condition of plasma is called serum, which we had discussed in the last session. All right. So this thrombin now converts this fibrinogen into fibrin. All right, fibrin. Then what happens? This fibrin makes a kind of, you know, net-like structure there. Okay, a mesh work is formed out there. Okay, that means net-like structure is formed there in that injured point, which traps RBC, which traps, you know, red blood cells. All right, and from that trap, when RBC is trapped, that time what happens is that, you know, this serum, that, you know, that pale liquid, watery liquid oozes out. Okay, pale water liquid oozes out, which contains no fibrinogen. That time that pale watery fluid, which is not having fibrinogen in that, is called serum. Alright, that means when this fibrin makes a net out there, makes a net-like structure there, that traps all RBC, and from that, what happens is that, that your watery fluid substance only comes out, that oozes out, okay, which is actually called serum. Alright, then what happens slowly, that net-like structure along with the blood cells, especially RBC, gets solidified. Guess what? Solidified, and a clot is formed. And what is formed? A clot is formed. So this process of the formation of this clot is called blood clotting. So that way, the blood clotting takes place, or the coagulation of blood takes place there, where this fibrin or everything out here plays very important role out there. So that way the clot is formed there, and this clot blocks the flow of blood. That means this clot stops the flow of blood. That blocks, in fact, it blocks. Suppose is a cord part, is an injured from where the blood is flowing. So when it is solidified out here, okay, then it will block the flow of blood, okay, which is very important. Otherwise, if it doesn't take place out there, or if no clotting there, or let's say if no platelets there, then what happens is that no such clotting takes place, and the flowing of blood continues to take place, and if it is not immediately treated, then a person will die because of the loss of blood. Okay, so here to check the loss of blood, these platelets play very important role out there. There are two diseases where the number of platelets gets badly reduced to a great extent. Okay, they are diseases, purpura and dengue. Okay, so these are the two diseases where the number of platelets gets badly reduced to a great extent. Okay, so now let's talk about functions of blood. Functions of blood. Okay, what are the functions of blood, or why is blood important? Okay, it's very important that you all know, because all the transporting functions there in the body, all the circulating functions there in the body is done by this blood only. All right, so number one, it transports nutrients. Okay, it transports what? Nutrients. So nutrients means something which we eat. So whatever we eat gets completely digested there in the small intestine. Okay, so, and after the digestion, so they are absorbed. Okay, and after absorbing, the digested food materials are sent to the liver, and there in the liver either it is absorbed or utilized there. Okay, either it is stored there or utilized there. And this carrying from the small intestine to the liver, and from liver to the different parts of the body, in fact to all the living cells, is done by the blood itself. Okay, second, transports of respiratory gases. All right, respiratory gases. So respiratory gases are oxygen and carbon dioxide. See, oxygen and carbon dioxide, which are the respiratory gases, are taken from, or are transported from the lungs to the different parts of the body, and from different parts of the body back to the lungs. How it is, let me tell you in detail. See, when we inhale the air, all right, so from the air, what happens is that your hemoglobin present in RBC picks up oxygen only. Okay, picks up oxygen only there in the lungs, and from the lungs it is transported to all the living cells. Okay, and in the cells, when that oxygen is utilized for the oxidation of food, then carbon dioxide is formed. So that carbon dioxide is again picked up by hemoglobin and is brought back to the lungs, and from lungs it is thrown out. So this is done by the blood only. Okay, then third one, we have this blood transports or carries waste materials also. It carries waste. Okay, carries waste materials. Okay, it carries waste materials. So the different things when we eat, some waste products are produced. Okay, some excretory products are produced. So these excretory products are carried by the blood and taken to the excretory organs, mainly the kidneys. Okay, and from kidneys, it is thrown out. Let us say the urea, all right, or urea especially is used in the formation of urine and is brought down to the urinary bladder and it is thrown out. So carrying from the different parts of the body to the excretory organ or system is done by the blood. All right, and number 4, it also maintains water balance in the body. It maintains water balance in the body. Okay, blood also maintains water balance in the body. All right, blood also regulates body temperature. What is that? Body temperature. All right, by distributing the heat. Okay, by distributing the heat to the different parts of the body, this blood also regulates our body temperature. All right, so suppose if the temperature is in one particular region of the body only, then what happens is that the heat in that particular region gets abnormally increased. Consequently, that particular region will be badly affected. All right, so that it gets equally distributed by the blood itself. This is how it maintains the body temperature also. So our normal body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, that you all know. Okay, so this is number 5. And number 6, we have it also provides immunity. Blood also provides immunity. It also provides immunity. Okay, immunity. So in the last session we talked about the function of WBC. So function of WBC is to provide the immunity. So it kills the germ, disease causing germs, if by any chance enters. So they are all killed by WBC. WBC means the part of your blood. All right, so that way killing the germs, this WBC or your blood also protects us from different kinds of diseases. All right, and also it prevents the excessive loss of blood. Also prevents, all right, excessive loss of blood. See, the blood also prevents the excessive loss of blood. Okay, excessive loss of blood during any accidents, or when we meet with an accident. That time something, some parts may be injured. So from injured region the blood may be going out, but by way of the blood clotting, which we just now discussed, okay, by way of the mechanism of blood clotting or blood coagulation, what happens that in that region the clot is formed. So the blood gets blocked there. Otherwise, what happens that blood will be continuously flowing out and consequently we may be dying. So this is how blood plays very important role in protecting us or in doing all those works there in the body. Okay, so that way the blood is very, very important in our body. All right. Okay, now let's talk about blood vessels. Blood vessels. Okay, so blood vessels are something like pipe-like structures there in the body through which the different kinds of blood flow. Okay, the different kinds of blood flow, that is Different kinds of blood means oxygenated blood and deoxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood means pure blood rich in oxygen, and deoxygenated blood means impure blood rich in carbon dioxide. Okay, so these blood vessels are of three types. All right, artery, okay, vein, and capillary. Artery, vein, and capillary. Okay, this is the they are all written in singular form. The plural form of arteries: arteries, veins, and capillaries. All right, so let's talk about arteries. Okay, so arteries have thick, elastic, and muscular wall. Thick, T-H-I-C-K, thick, thick, okay, elastic, and muscular wall. All right, which is also shown here in the diagram. Page number 58 is here on the board. Rather than drawing it on the board, I'll just show you in the book itself. Please look at the book. All right, so thick, elastic, and muscular wall, and they carry the blood from heart to the different parts of the body. The function of artery is to carry the blood from heart to the different parts of the body. Let us say this is heart. Okay, this is roughly drawn. See, this is your artery here. Okay, artery. So they are artery. Okay, artery. So actually there are two kinds of artery and pulmonary artery. Let us say pulmonary artery. All right, so artery carries the pure blood from heart to the different parts of the body, and pulmonary artery carries impure blood from heart to the lungs for purification. But whatever it is, in general, arteries carry blood from heart to the different parts of the body. Okay, second we have veins. Okay, so let's talk about veins. So just contrary to artery, okay, these veins have thin muscular walls. Okay, thin muscular walls with valves. All right, and the function of vein is to carry the blood from different parts of the body to the heart. Okay, to the heart. They bring to the heart like that. Okay, so they are the veins. They are the veins. They carry blood into the heart. Okay, they carry blood into the heart. From different parts of the body, veins collect the blood and bring it to the heart. Alright, so these veins are also two types. That is veins and veins and pulmonary veins. Okay, veins and pulmonary veins. So they whatever it is, but their function is to collect the blood from different parts of the body into the heart. All right, then third type of blood vessel we have is capillary. Okay, so capillary, which is shown here in the book also. Here you see capillary. I'll just draw it here. This diagram was drawn in the beginning of this chapter also. Let me draw it once again. All right. So this is actually a capillary. Okay, so this capillary actually is or capillary are the terminal branches of an artery which rejoin to form a vein. That means terminal branches means the ending branches of artery. So this is your artery which is coming here and then ending out here. So these are the ending branches of this artery which rejoin to form a vein. Rejoin to form a vein. Okay, so a capillary is a very narrow blood vessel. Okay, it's a very narrow blood vessel whose walls have a single layer of cells. Whose walls, you see that cell and the wall has got, at the wall of this capillary has got a layer of single cells. I mean a single layer of cells, has got a single layer of cells, and the wall of the capillary, okay, the wall of the capillary is so thin that an exchange of nutrients, waste products and gases takes place very easily between the blood and the body fluids. Okay, so this is all about here blood vessels, arteries, veins and capillaries. All right, so today in this session we'll talk only this much, and we'll continue in the next session. All right, thank you very much.